up? My name is Ramon, cosmetic formulator, esthetician, Korean skincare connoisseur. So you know I love Korean skincare. I also really love luxury skincare. I just don't talk about it as much on my channel. But I decided let's look at some really cult classic like luxury skincare items and discuss some Korean dupes for them, because the thing is, what I love about Korean skincare is you get a lot of really high quality ingredients and formulas in very affordable products. And so I decided to do this idea of Korean dupes for luxury skincare items. This video is done in partnership with Stylevana. They just sent me the product, it's not sponsored. But I'm going to be highlighting some very, very famous luxury skincare items that you can get at Sephora for the most part, and then the Korean skincare items that give the luxury items a run for their money. And I'm going to be doing this featuring the luxury item along with the Korean dupes and explaining how they are dupes, which one I prefer, what the textures and experiences are like for each of them. So let's start off with hydrators. This first one I have is a product that costs a lot of money. And honestly, I really do enjoy it, and I hate that I enjoy it because it does cost so much money. And that is from SK2, their facial treatment essence. This bottle costs, I think, like $200, and this is the 230 ml bottle. This was sent to me in PR from Stylevana, and you can see I've made a dent in this. My boyfriend and I have made a dent in this because he also really enjoys it. The whole thing about this is this whole patera, I don't know if you can read that, patera, which is an ingredient that SK2 kind of likes to own, but realistically what this is literally just galactomyces ferment. We see galactomyces ferment in a lot of other Korean skincare essences, for example. What that is it's essentially a rice ferment that Estee Lauder, who is kind of like the parent company behind them now, or the company behind SK2 themselves, did the study, looked into the benefits of what the ingredient can do, and fundamentally, really, it just hydrates. There is some potential that it could have some antioxidant benefits, but realistically, this just really hydrates the skin. It has some minerals and vitamins and whatnot that are really good for the skin as well. But I feel like they really hype up that ingredient and all these benefits it can give you, when in reality, there's not so much it can really do for you in terms of changing your entire skin complexion and all these different things. You're kind of just buying the idea behind it. It's just a nice essence, yes. It feels nice, it is hydrating, it feels just kind of like a water. The thing is, it does smell very fermented. It has a specific like sake ferment smell to it that could be off-putting, but it also like really gives you that this is a fermented ingredient product. It does look and feel nice on the skin, but fundamentally, galactomyces is the star ingredient. There's not much else in this that really does anything else for your skin. What I will note though is that they actually use parabens in this, which is very rare. We know on this channel, we love parabens. As a formulator, it's an ingredient that's a preservative that works really, really well. It is safe. Don't come for me in the comments for that. And that was just another thing worth noting with the ingredients list, but really it's like galactomyces, some other like preservatives, and that's it that's really in this. The dupes for this, they're actually both from MISSHA. MISSHA is a brand who can formulate the house down when it comes to an essence specifically, and I have two other essences that also feature this galactomyces ferment. First one I have from them is their first essence 5X. I mentioned with the SK2, very simple formulation. For this does feature a little bit more. So you have the yeast ferment, you have a bifida lysate ferment, which can do a lot for skin barrier and really hydrating the skin. Niacinamide, sodium PCA, adenosine, ceramide, and butylene glycol. So you have a few other ingredients that do a little bit more for the skin. You obviously have the niacinamide, which isn't active. It actually gives skincare benefits. Some other humectants and other things that help to balance the skin, really hydrate and help in the moisturization process for the skin. This one does more. Similar texture to the SK2, but to me, just the extra ingredients gives this a little bit more of a bump. And as you can see with the price point, much more affordable. I really enjoy every single MISSHA essence I've ever used. And again, MISSHA is a powerhouse when it comes to formulation. It honestly feels just about the same, if not less like water, more like essence, if that means anything to you. It feels like it actually does some hydrating benefits, and it does not smell like anything, so you don't have that fermenty smell that the SK2 really does have. The other option from MISSHA is the first treatment essence, means men in French. This is intended to be like part of their men's line. And compared to the other two products I mentioned, the SK2 and the other MISSHA one, this one has a lengthy ingredients list. But fundamentally, what you're getting from this is some really nice anti-inflammatory benefits, some antioxidant benefits, skin barrier helping benefits. This is very hydrating and has a very Korean skincare-esque ingredients list. It's very lengthy and it has like a lot of different extracts to it. Fundamentally, the benefits for this aren't outrageous. They're not going to do a lot of things, but they're just really going to help to hydrate, soothe, nourish the skin. And also help to balance the skin, help with excess sebum production. Things that kind of help post-shaving. Things like niacinamide are really helpful to prevent ingrown hairs, prevent acne scarring or hyperpigmentation if you get like an ingrown hair or something. Those kind of things. You also have things like purslane, adenosine, panthenol, and allantoin. So just like really good skincare goodies. It is a very gentle formulation. It is alcohol-free, so this is good to use again after you shave. You're not going to get an intense burn. Next product we have up is from Estee Lauder, which honestly, she's been that skincare brand for a long time, especially like in the Macy's Essie's cosmetic section. The famous product for her and what we're going to be talking about today is the Advanced Night Repair Serum, Complex, whatever you want to call it, which is very famous. I've recognized this bottle for a long time. I've seen it in advertisements. The hype around the product is that it's essentially a serum. It's in the name. It's Advanced Night Repair is the benefit it's going to give you. It's going to help to fight the signs of early aging through environmental stressors, which I'm going to understand through the benefit of like antioxidants and that kind of stuff. They use something called a Chronolux technology, which is like a trademark thing. If you don't know, Estee Lauder is a huge company for research. So they have the funding to do these studies and whatnot and patent certain technology. So I guess that Chronolux is their technology. From what I understand, it's basically just like antioxidants and things that help to like repair the skin and help regenerate the skin overnight as you rest. It's not doing a lot though. It's not like a retinol or this life-changing like skin firming, skin plumping serum. It's just a simple botanical-based technology that helps to aid in nighttime skin repair. Worth noting though is that it is alcohol, fragrance, and essential oil free, so it's great for sensitive skin. That being said, it's really expensive for what it is really. You're probably paying for that technology and the research and whatnot behind the technology. The dupe for that today though is actually also from MISSHA, and it is their Time Revolution Night Repair Ampoule 5X. Notice, night repair, same concept. They were coming for that Estee Lauder gig. And obviously as a Korean skincare product, this has a lengthy ingredients list, really focusing on a lot of botanical extracts and whatnot. What I will note though is that it does have that bifidolysate ferment right at the top of the ingredients list. So right there, you're getting a huge similarity with the Estee Lauder option. It's actually the first ingredient. You're getting with this a really lengthy list of fermented complexes together. They're kind of touting it as a probiotic complex that helps to like aid in skin repair and whatnot and help to aid the skin overnight as you are resting. This does also have the star ingredients like niacinamide, adenosine, those kind of things to help actually give you some skincare benefits as you sleep and aid in like barrier strength, barrier repair. You get some nice antioxidant ingredients out of this, some really nice soothing ingredients out of this as well. And then you have things like ceramides and cholesterol as well. So overall, I see it as a serum that's intended to boost the overall function of the skin barrier, the skin biome, really help to protect the skin and give you a nice hydrated layer as you're resting. A lot of similarities with this. I've only used like samples of the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Complex. To me, I mean, obviously again, I use a lot of skincare. It was just a serum. It didn't do anything special for me with like a week's worth of usage. This to me though is just an affordable serum. You're getting a good amount of benefits out of this. It is really, really hydrating though. Has a really nice texture. It's kind of like a light syrup. So you really do see a very immediate visual appearance change with the skin because it's very plump. It's very hydrated. This is also a really great base for makeup. Makeup sticks to this really well, which I really do enjoy. But overall, it's just a really nice hydrating serum with some extra benefits, which is exactly what the Estee Lauder serum is to me. And this is at a much better price point. Next dupe I have is for an SK2 product again. It's for their eye cream. And again, with SK2, you're really just going off that Patera ferment. As I mentioned, it doesn't really do much. This is an eye cream from SK2. It's their Skinpower cream. Compared to the Essence, this actually does have some skincare power to it. You have niacinamide, tocopherol acetate, Petunia cordata. You also have a peptide complex in here that has some promising research showing that it can do some stuff for fine lines. Peptides to me get overhyped though. You need a lot of things to happen in the right way for them to show their benefits. So to me, I always see a peptide as a humectant. It's just going to help to plump and hydrate the skin, really draw some water. And then you have panthenol as well. So it's nicely hydrating, moisturizing to the eye area. To kind of compare to that though, I have the BENTON eye cream. And actually this year has been like the year of discovering eye creams for me. I think eye creams have a time and a place. Really, they're just really nice products to help make sure your under eye area is nicely moisturized and prepped and that you're reducing the appearance of fine lines just through really adequate moisturization. But you have a really comparable product with this. The first ingredient in this is the galactomyces ferment, whereas in the SK2 cream, it's the third ingredient. And then you also have just really nice emollients, which are things that give that nice shiny, the nice smooth outlook underneath the eye. This also gives a bifidolysate ferment, so another fermented ingredient we like to see. You have ceramides, beta-glucan, other nice emollient oils like macadamia nut oil, allantoin, arginine, adenosine. And then you also do have a peptide in this. Again, peptide's not the best for me, but if you do want a peptide in your eye product, this does come with one. But again, very comparable product, texture, formulation list at a much better price point. And BENTON is also like a nice powerhouse formulator. Their essences and moisturizers have been really, really nice. BENTON's giving you a very comparable product. Next product we're duping is from Drunk Elephant. I have a lot of opinions about Drunk Elephants, but we're specifically talking about their Protini polypeptide cream, which is a product I actually really, really like. I like the texture of it. It has a really great feeling on the skin. It's a really great moisturizer for oily skin in terms of texture and feel. I really actually enjoyed that product. It's about $60 something. It is expensive, and the main hype around it is the peptide complex of the cream, which again, in my mind, a peptide is really limited as to what it can do based off a lot of formulation aspects that to me, like, I just can't guarantee every time with the product. And on top of that, I feel like you get a lot more benefits in terms of what you want a peptide to do from other ingredients. That being said, I think a peptide is a really great humectant, so I don't mind seeing it in a product. And so today's dupe is going to be from BAHA, I think that's how it's pronounced. And this is their MA Peptide Cream. So it's a peptide focused moisturizer. Fundamentally, this is just a nice gel cream moisturizer. You do have a bit of a peptide complex in this, but then you also have things like niacinamide, green tea, adenosine, allantoin, panthenol. So just some nice skincare goodies and general moisturizing vehicle. This is going to nicely moisturize. It's really lightweight, but it's not necessarily promising the world, but also charging you $1 million. So I think if you're looking for a really nice peptide moisturizer option, this is one that you could look for. But if you really want the benefits of what a peptide promises to do, things like retinoids are going to be a lot more helpful, wearing your sunscreen, and looking at alternative things like glycolic acids, vitamin C's, if that's more your tea. I think there's a limit to what peptides can really do for you in a cosmetic product like this, just saying. Texture-wise, this is a very lightweight gel for the most part. There is a certain feel to it though. What's worth noting, first ingredient is actually aloe leaf extract. There's no plain water in the formulation list. And also worth noting is that there's an interesting texture to this that I was at first kind of like, is this dimethicone? There's no dimethicones in the formulation either. So there's like a richness while still being really lightweight. It's not heavy, but there's a body to it. The last product I'm going to talk about dupe-wise is from Dior. It's their Hydra Life Jelly Sleeping Mask. I'm going to be honest with you, I have not tried a lot of Dior skincare. I think they launched like their latest like skincare line just as I was phasing out of Sephora. So I played around with some of their serums and whatnot. I'm always here for sleeping masks though. It was definitely kind of looking at them, their approach to try to get into at that time what a K-beauty fad was. It's very in line with like luxury makeup. The Dior product does have fragrance to it. It does have a luxury sense to it. Like they are focused on the sensory behind it. And I will be honest, since I actually haven't tried this Dior sleeping mask specifically, looking at what I see from it though, it looks like a really good attempt at them wanting to get into that K-beauty market. Specifically though, centella is like the primary hype ingredient in this. You do have a couple humectants, but also looking at it, it looks like they wanted to more focus also on the fat or on the jelly texture, having that fun kind of sensory feeling that Glow Recipe was at that point really, really big for. The dupe I have for it though is from Miss Laneige, who definitely was a huge, and still is to this day honestly, presence for sleeping masks. They're the primary brand doing sleeping masks at Sephora still in my mind. This is their Water Sleeping Mask EX. Again, I can't speak on the Dior one in terms of texture and feel and whatnot, but as with all Laneige products, this is a really nice sleeping mask. It's not jelly in my mind. It's more of just like a gel sleeping mask texture. It is very lightweight, so if you have oily skin, you're not going to feel heavy and bogged down and like sticky and greasy. This is fragrance. It is alcohol free though, and the main thing behind this is that Laneige always touts like having these specific complex on their products that do these things. It's a sleeping mask. It's going to hydrate. It's going to lock in the hydration really nicely so that your skin is basically like saran wrapped in hydration overnight. This does feature tranexamic acid though. Into that, love her. And I think that's what's giving the benefit that Laneige is promising with skin brightening. Tranexamic acid is a great product to target hyperpigmentation, discoloration, acne scarring specifically. And what's great about it is it's not an exfoliant and it doesn't have the same skin sensitizing possibilities that exfoliants do. And you do have vitamin E, beta glucan, some fermented goodies up in here. So you're really getting a little bit of antioxidant benefit, some really nice skin hydrating, nourishing benefits. But overall, still very fundamentally a simple formulation. I just think you're getting a little bit more of a benefit out of this one with some actual skincare benefits, targeting skincare concerns, as opposed to the Dior one, which just pretty much gives you centella. As I mentioned, lightweight texture, amazing feel on the skin. This can be a really nice lightweight day moisturizer as well if you want it, but it also sits on top of other moisturizers really, really nicely as well. But with that, that is a routine looking at Korean skincare dupes for some luxury skincare items. Let me know down below in the comment section, what are some luxury skincare items that you really love that you want to see Korean dupes for? Because I will definitely redo this video again. Don't you worry about that. Or what are some Korean skincare dupes for luxury products that you think I need to look into as well? Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.